Okay, well, my English class was really huge. It was really huge. We started out with 62 students. Then we got down to 42 students. It's maybe like 7 people or 8 people that don't have seats.
Hablé con mi hijo de sus nuevos maestros que tiene y dice que estaba un maestro diciendo, dice, yo no creo que sea tan importante que ustedes pueden ir al colegio para ir a la universidad. Ya hizo, Sofía. ¿Quieres comer? Come pues. Espérate porque vamos a salir allá afuera, ¿ok? Cuando fui a que quería ver a Sofía en la clase, no me dejaron pasar. No ha cambiado, como diciendo que va a haber un mejor aprendizaje o más beneficios para los estudiantes, sigue lo mismo. O sea, no ha habido ningún cambio.
I don't feel like I'm in an academic environment that's any better. It's supposed to be better because of this reconstitution, but I don't think the bar has been raised.
Crenshaw High School was built in 1968, so there's a very proud and long tradition to the school as being built in 1968, coming out of some of the demands of the civil rights movement for new schools that could be integrated. And it's got a very strong and powerful tradition. Academically, it had a gifted magnet, one of the very few schools in South LA, high schools that had a gifted magnet. So strong academically, strong in the arts and athletics. So there's a very strong tradition within the school.
There was about a half hour left in the half-day Friday at Crenshaw High, and without the district's backing, they hit the streets.
Most of the teachers that they're laying off are the ones that actually care for us, the ones that want to be here.
And it is that unknown, or just what's ahead, $800 million in cuts to the second largest school district in the country.
A lot of our teachers that we really care about, they're afraid that they might get the pink slip, and we don't want that to happen. That's why we're marching.
They've had 30 administrators in 10 years. How does a school sustain itself and achieve? Otherwise, we don't need to have principals. We don't need to have superintendents. You just throw them out there and say, y'all go be a school. And so that was, that's my discontent about what happened with Crenshaw. This extended learning was not just extended time. It was extended in terms of students coming to see themselves as powerful, autonomous learners, connected to their community. That's what we meant by extended. That the community, they had an obligation to their community, they represented, and that they could be an asset to their community. So we saw extended learning as geographical, physical, as well as hours in a day.
What Dr. Rousseau brought for us was something that we had never really had, and that was administrative support. That led to innovative curriculum, that led to relationships, that led to grants.
I said to my assistant principals, I don't need you in your offices all day. I need you present in those halls, making sure these students are in class, and when discipline issues come up, you're present. After a couple of months, we went to about 90% of our kids being in class, just being in class, not roaming the halls. And it made a huge difference, huge difference.
After that, however, ladies and gentlemen, what I want you to do is I want you to do the same thing, but for individual neighborhoods. Now you're gonna wonder, well, you don't have any information there, Ms. Garcia. You're right. That's because all of the information is right here on this board.
The teachers became more unified. It kind of revitalized us. It made us more creative, and it made us rely on each other more.
The city of Los Angeles, as determined by LAPD. These neighborhoods are Central, which is where you and I are, by the way.
I got to like write a whole lot more and things like that, and I love writing, so that was really good for me. I got to like give speeches, and I got to meet really cool people. I got to go to press conferences. Crenshaw High School. I'm like, how y'all know about Crenshaw High School? So we need support from everywhere, not just here. We need to make this thing big. We need to let our voices be heard everywhere and anywhere.
We had a principal, Dr. Rousseau, who was there, and we were working on the cultural model that we had, the extended learning cultural model, and we did. Our test scores went up. We were on the path of going up and doing better. The students would go out in the community to see what real life was like. There's a lot of good things that were going on at Crenshaw.
Seeing these children slowly become adults and having them at the end of their high school career on graduation day look us in the face and say, I'm here because of you. And if it hadn't been for you, then I wouldn't have been here. And it was powerful, and it was true. The effect on the kids was, I think, nothing short of miraculous. So the magnetization process began last summer, and it had started because the superintendent said, I'm thinking about doing this. And I'm going to give you guys 1 year to show the district that your extended learning cultural model is working, that the test scores are going up, and that you guys are really making an effort to turn this school around.
So when I take a look at what has occurred, this campus is punctuated by stories of not only is it possible, but it's stunningly possible.
Then just a few months later, the superintendent shows up and goes, well, I'm gonna reconstitute you. And you know that year I said, well, I'm not giving it to you now.
Crenshaw's had more than a decade of interventions. So this is not something that occurred just out of the blue. The school has been chronically and persistently underperforming. 1% of the students were proficient in mathematics in this high school, the entirety of the high school. And in every case, actually, the data was tragically compelling that very serious intervention needed to take place.
For me, like, to be in like the multi-purpose room listening to this, and like everybody's like, yeah, that's really good, and oh my god, and all that, but they didn't know that being reconstituted, they didn't know that they're losing all the teachers that helped build them up. They didn't know that, so I was the only one that knew that, and I'm like, dang, like, I have to fight this.
Muchos padres están felices, oh, mi hijo va a ir a una escuela magna, pero no sabe qué escuela magna está yendo porque no tiene información, porque todo está en inglés.
Those two young ladies that got up and gave the points spoke very eloquently. I'm retired law enforcement, and they are 100% correct. If our children, blacks and browns, don't get a quality education, there's a prison bed waiting on them.
Hello.
Yes, say that. That's unacceptable. That is unacceptable.
This is good what we're doing here, but most definitely get down to those board meetings. And remember, this is what I'm always saying, and some people don't like it, but it's the truth. Parents and students are the vital piece. No parents, no students, no money, no dinero, no nothing. I have to keep telling them that. We got the power.
When we say Crenshaw, I want them to know it's a quality school that they want to go to. Now, I might not open up your mind this afternoon, but I'm going to ask my board members tonight, and I've never stood against you before, but if we're going to get a good school in our neighborhood, okay?
What happens, like, to the students? Like, do you even care about us? I mean, if you're gonna change a school like this, like, have you ever asked, like, yourself, does this affect the students? Like, there are students at our school that are affected by foster care and have to change all the time, and changing their school like this is just wrong in so many ways and on so many levels. And the teachers can't speak up for this. Like, they can't speak up about this because LAUSD pays them. They can't speak up about this, but we can as students. You can't fire us because we don't work for you.
And we're not gonna let you do what you're trying to do. You wouldn't do this in Beverly Hills. You wouldn't do this in the Valley. But because this is the last predominantly black school in LA, you think that it's okay? Look at these people behind me. It's not okay. You reconstitute Crenshaw, we're gonna reconstitute you.
What do you think about the reconstitution of Crenshaw High School?
From one point of view, we have LAUSD trying to make an effort in bettering inner city schools that are known to have a bad reputation. But they're doing it without consent with the community.
The students see it as a way to give up. There's no hope left. They don't have any hope. The teachers and the faculty and staff know that they are gonna lose their job or not lose their job, so they're on edge all the time. So the whole school is really tense and the atmosphere is uneasy. So everybody's just in chaos and unknowing of what the future holds.
Luego cuando iban a hacer para escoger a los maestros que se iban a quedar, entrevistar a los maestros, ¿no? Un día llega ella y dice, tú no puedes entrevistar a los maestros porque no va a haber traducción. Eso ella no es ético que una representante del distrito llegue y diga a los padres.
Some teachers went into the interview panel. I was on that, and they went into it thinking that they might have a really good chance, but they didn't have a really good chance because the interview panel was so biased and wrong.
We want to talk to some people on the way out, but I generally don't allow people to film inside here. Even though it's public? It is public, but we're not going to film it. So if you want to film them, you can film them on the way out.
All I can say is that LAUSD, this is what I have to say. Let me get my paper. This is what I was going to read. My name is Angie Parker, and I'm a Crenshaw parent. Today I would like to report that LAUSD is failing our children. This is a serious case of child abuse, and I would like to put it on record. Shame on you, LAUSD, for going back on your word. Shame on you, LAUSD, for lying to us. Taking out the teachers, especially 33, that's over half of the staff. 21 of them African American, 27 of them 12 years or over on the job. No explanation of why this is done. Hello, destabilization 101. These are the only stability these children have. You are taking that away. You are failing them. Shame on you, LAUSD.
off-campus public sidewalk.
Principal Corley told me I couldn't record in here, but if I wanted to step outside of the hallway and record parents coming out of the meeting, that I would
That
be
came
fine.
from Corley directly?
Directly.
I was at Crenshaw for 22 years. I'm no longer there. I did not leave by choice. Crenshaw is my family and always will be my family. This community has been my family for 48 years.
I want to just talk about a little bit of the irony of what's going on here. Meredith Smith just mentioned it. She and I are both receiving Outstanding Educator Awards for our time at Crenshaw High School, yet both of us were removed from Crenshaw High School. And this should raise some questions for everybody.
What they've essentially done is gotten rid of any people who understand how to work with that community. And not because the teachers are like somehow like magical soothsayers, it's because the teachers live in that community. They are that community.
Sentí tristeza porque algunos maestros eran ya mis amigos, Dios, amigos de mis hijos también, Dios. Y ya este año ya no van a estar.
We demand, in fact, I would still like to see the rationale behind why I was not allowed to return to Crenshaw. So if they want to say that it's because of confidentiality issues, we can't release that. LAUSD has been perfectly okay with releasing information about teacher evaluations in the past. I think the only reason they may be reluctant to do so now is because it would make them look bad.
Crenshaw lied. They said that there was going to be more resources and things like that. It is way more underfunded. And some of the teachers are really whack.
I think as long as I have a normal attendance, I do all of my assignments to the best of my ability, and I kind of stay to myself and stay grounded, don't let anything get to me, I should be fine. I don't think it'll be the most enjoyable year, given the things that I've seen, but I know I'll be okay. I'll make sure that.
I don't understand the complete end game of reconstitution. Because it's not test scores. It's not providing a quality education. Because they haven't been providing a quality education. They haven't been providing a quality education in South LA for generations now. I'm gonna see programs at Crenshaw fail, and they're just gonna wanna reconstitute it again, and again, and again.